Hi guys, hello, meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, and I have some good news and bad news for you today. Today is July 4th, 2017. It's Independence Day, and some of the news is going to kind of fit right in with Independence Day. What is it? Well, first of all, the first story is kind of good news and bad news combined. Dory is moving out, going back with her family. The good news is that I'm going to have the entire apartment back to myself again, so which means we can have more room for things and do things like we used to do. But the bad news is that at the same time, we're also going to have a lot less money than we've had for the last 2 months, which is going to screw things up, unfortunately, pretty badly. However, there is some good news in the money area and bad news in the money area. So let's start with the good news. YouTube Creator Grants is working with TD Bank and United States Postal Service to file criminal charges against the crook who stole the check. The bad news is that it's going to be a criminal investigation, and it's going to take a while for the crook to go through his arraignment, court case continuances, public defenders, whatever. By the time we get the check, it'll probably be quite a while from now. So, but they said they're going to try to make it right, so that we can get the money to start the studio upgrades. So it's just now it's up to the state of Connecticut prosecutor to decide what's the best outcome. Either wait until the case is closed and completed, or to pay TD Bank back immediately so that they can get the money back to me. Isn't it possible that they could go ahead and cut another check since I didn't do the crime? Yes, they can, but again, I don't know how long that's going to take. They said they're going to try to recover the check, so I guess that means that they want to wait until the money is recovered before they deposit that money in my alternative payment method. Which wasn't originally clearly stated to me from the beginning. If they had stated to me in the beginning that I did really want PayPal, I did, but they somehow, and actually part of it was because I wasn't sure about if this wasn't a phishing scam. I really wasn't sure, and but to Benjamin Weinstein, I'm not trying to say, that you guys were a scam or anything. I didn't know. I had no idea who you were, really. All I know is that you gave me a request to get the money that I needed from my studio. And, of course, I needed the money because my equipment was really getting old. And it is. So, I decided to err on the side of caution and have you mail me a check. But then again, as I reminded you guys, is that there are people in my area that steal mail. So, unfortunately, as I told you, to send it registered, and of course, somehow the instructions got lost in the works. The good news is, since you now know who the perpetrator is, who the crook was, because they tried to deposit the check into their own checking account, that the bank should have no problem recovering the money for you. I feel kind of bad for the crook, honestly, especially if they've never done this before, is that you're going to have a very hard time because you're going to go to court, you're going to have an arraignment hearing, you're going to have to hire a public defender, you're going to have to go through court and sit there, possibly get your numbers called, maybe multiple case dates, case after case after case after case, depending on how the prosecutor wants to do it. And by the time you're done, even if you come out just basically using AR or whatever, trust me, I have personal experience with this. You don't want to go there, okay? You will still have to do probation, which it could involve community service. Now, since obviously this wasn't something as simple as like damaging public property, community service can get really long and excessive depending on what the court decides. If the judge decides is your best penalty for your action. But the truth of the matter is if you don't want to end up doing the frustration and the time and stuff, you should never have done that anyway. But because you should have realized that that check wasn't for you and should have left it alone. That would have been all you had to do, and then you would have still remained free. Now you got to deal with all this stuff, prosecutors and court dates and probation officers and that's in public defenders and lawyers, and that would have been just easier to have left the check alone and not have touched it. But you did, and now you're going to have to accept the penalty for that action. And of course, even though I am not the criminal, I'm got to deal with the fact is that my payment may be delayed because of your behavior, which does not make me necessarily a very happy camper at all. I have to tell you that, I find it very vexing that you did that to me, crook, whoever you are. But, eventually I'm going to find out who it was, and that person I am going to give their name right here. I'm going to tell them exactly who they were. I'm going to publicly shame you. Somebody wasted Sunday, you're not going to know what hit you. But at least I can thank you to Creative Grants for getting in contact with me and let me know that they're going to send us the check after the criminal prosecution is done to the crook who stole the check. So, and of course I got someone else here. Dory's here. You want to talk off camera? I mean, I'm saying that you don't have to see you because she's taking her laundry down right now.
Oh, I said hi.
Hi. And then of course, so you got the situation with your housing taken care of for the time being.
For the time being.
Okay. Hi, Hillary. That's the other cat.
She had her kittens, did I tell you?
Yeah, she did.
She had two same color as Rusty.
Right.
And two just look like her.
Well, because there's a male cat that kind of looks like her. How many boys and how many girls?
I don't know. They haven't touched them yet.
Because she won't let her near them, right?
That's still wet.
So who's going to help you move the rest of your stuff out?
My friend Andy.
Okay.
Will you help me bring this stuff down?
You got all kinds of shit to bring down.
I know, but I can't bring that dresser right now.
Besides the dresser, you got laundry bag. You got a laundry bucket. You got all your jewelry making stuff. You got your kitchen appliances.
I already gave that. That's all gone. I gave those to Nikki.
What, the kitchen appliances?
Yeah.
Alright, so when's he coming?
He's out there right now.
Oh. Alright. So what's your immediate plans for you and your daughter anyway? Are you gonna obviously you need to look for another apartment.
Yeah. Will Jimmy let me come back and get these? He'll let me come back here and visit, right?
I suppose I can get you to be able to get over here to visit.
Alright, because these are still wet. I don't want to take wet clothes to my house. So.
Yeah, I know why. Because then they get mold and mildew and yuck. Do you think you can get me some more clothespins? Wooden clothespins?
When I get some money. Michelle, when are you going to give me that $100 back?
When I get some money?
Alright. I just wanted to know, because...
No worries.
Have you heard anything else about that YouTube thing?
Yeah, I was just talking about it just before he came up here.
Did you get any...
They are going to be prosecuting the crook.
Okay.
And then when the Connecticut prosecutor is done, they'll probably give the money back to TD Bank which will give it back to you to creator grants because they also are a client of TD Bank.
Right.
And so at that point, they're going to deposit the money into my PayPal.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know when that's going to be, and neither did they. So,
Right.
you know, it could be anytime.
Right.
You know, because there is now court cases and there's lawyers and.
But they are going to issue a new check, right?
It sounded like they will. They mentioned something that they have to wait to see what the bank's going to do first, and the postal service is going to do because of.
Alright, come inside.
Both are filing criminal charges against the perp.
Alright, come inside.
Alright guys, anyway, so that's the general gist of things. I just thought I would explain to you what's happening and all that. But, as soon as I find out more, I will let everybody know. But until that time, I want to say to you, I want to happy and safe Independence Day. Be careful with the fireworks. Be careful with any kind of drinking and driving. Please don't drink and drive. If you're going to drink, please have someone else that's sober do the driving. Okay? And if you're still too drunk and you're no driver, stay safe, call cab or whatever, okay? Just don't get yourself behind the wheel of a car. Independence Day doesn't mean get killed day. Alright? So for now, I wanted to thank you all and let you guys know the general gist of what's going on. Okay? Bye-bye.